But then we saw the second half of the season, it all started to change. And we saw that Trevor Lawrence again that you started to go, whoa, he's starting to look like a superstar. And now with Liam Cohen and that offense in another year, yeah, I would expect I would expect this to be the most consistent, best year of Trevor Lawrence's career yet.
James Liam and I have stated what it means to be a Jaguar, what the standard, what we're looking for. I mean, all those things go into it. And so, and the reality is the outside world has no idea.
Yeah, there's a team in the AFC right now that should genuinely scare you.
Yeah,
I'm talking about good players all over the field, a coaching staff that knows exactly what it's doing, and they're trending in the right way that should have the rest of the league sweating. So then why is nobody talking about that?
Because everybody
because they're not one of the big shiny names.
Maybe it's really not, and it's because, honestly, the Jaguars, Titans, and well, it used to be the Rams too, but the Jaguars and the Titans are just two of the like least respected franchises in the entire NFL, along with the Browns. Jaguars, Titans, Browns. Yes, you can say the Houston Texans for a point in time. You know, it's a lot of teams that are just not respecting every one of them. But unfortunately, that's going to be the downfall for a lot of teams because they're actually solid. Like, they have a really good team.
Maybe it's because the NFL only ever wants to talk about the same handful of teams. Or maybe people just aren't paying attention. But I know one thing for certain. The Jacksonville Jaguars are one of the most dangerous teams in the entire NFL. And if you are new around here, my name is K-Rich Productions. That this team has and is so deep, and how a defense nobody's heard of quietly strangled opponents to death all season long. Because this is no longer a team hoping to become dangerous. This is a team that's already proved it and is about to do it all over again in better shape than ever. Because the AFC silent killer is ready to strike. All right, so we got our Jaguars hat. I figured we'd come outside today to film today's video. And I mean, honestly, this Jaguars hat is one of my favorites that I own in my hat.
You're a real fan. I respect that.
First things first, we got to start with the basics about Jacksonville. Because simply put, I think this team checks every single box you need to have checked to be successful. Everybody always wants to talk about philosophy, schemes, elite defenses, and whatever else anybody else thinks makes an elite team in the NFL. But really, there's three things that never really change that every elite team has. A franchise quarterback, a coach who can build around him, and weapons for him to throw to. That's it. That's the whole formula. And look, yes, it has taken Jacksonville a little bit of time to get there, but finally now they have all three of those. Like, we're really starting to finally understand why the world went crazy for Trevor Lawrence. And Liam Cohen looks like he's the perfect match for him on the sideline too. Then when you add in Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Hunter, and a bunch of other exciting young guys, you've got everything you need to build a team people should be scared of. And here's the thing too, you're not sitting here betting on potential, thinking that Jacksonville or hoping that Jacksonville is gonna do it. Because we all saw it last year. They already proved that they can do it. Anytime you have a team that's top 10 in both scoring offense and defense, who one of only 4 teams to manage that, by the way, you gotta be moving in the right direction. And it showed up in their record too, as they finished 13-4, got an AFC South division.
And a lot of people like really overlook that they finished 13-4. You know how crazy it is for freaking Jacksonville to finish 13-4? They get a big bomb for that. Big bomb. Big bomb. They've been trashed since Jalen Ramsey in the NFC and AFC Championship. Even before then, they were trashed for so long. They deserve this. They deserve it. I want to see Travis Hunter win too, you know what I'm saying? Definitely want to see Travis Hunter get him one.
And they brought real hope back to a fan base that hadn't had any in years. And this isn't a one-year fluke either. They finished with the 4th highest point differential in the NFL at plus 138. And here's the thing too, I know numbers probably aren't everybody's thing, so let me put it simply for you. Basically, the Jaguars weren't squeaking by and barely beating teams. They were beating the shit out of every team they played. And the groundwork for it all was laid just 12 months ago, even though no one thought so at the time.
Another coach introduced on Monday. Liam Cohen, the new HC.
No one believed in him.
Of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
No one believed in him.
This moment's being discussed a lot because, well, we'll just play it for you and you'll know why.
Because it is stupid stuff.
Jacksonville, the community, Duval.
Yeah, and
it was funny. I'm not gonna lie. You can't act like it wasn't funny. He just tried to embrace the culture. He like Duval. He tried to, but the results of the field speaking, man, show the real him. So you gotta accept it. You know what I'm saying? He might not know how to say Duval the right way, but that's something you can teach. Why he wouldn't have whipped that ass on that field? You did.
Probably the best hire of that entire coaching cycle. I mean, right away, he started flipping the script the Jaguars had been stuck with for the better part of a decade, I'd say, or at least since the Jacksonville days died off at least. Because for years, they just kind of existed, exciting no one, scaring no one, only showing up in the headlines when they did something really dumb, like the whole Urban Meyer thing, or when they lucked into something great, like the chance to draft Trevor Lawrence. Both Cohen and the new GM, James Gladstone, promised things would be different. And yeah, I know, it's easy to roll your eyes at that too, because every new front office says the same stuff, but they backed it up in a very, very big way. All right, y'all, I had to take a quick time out in today's video.
They definitely backed it up, and that's why I can respect. Shout out to Ben Johnson and my boy, I forgot their GM name. Shout out to the Bears GM, though. Guys, shout out to our organization. They definitely came in and changed things around too. It took our GM one hire, you know what I'm saying, fire Eberflus ass. Then we got Ben Johnson. We were good since.
News here early, we talked about fireworks. Adam Schefter has just tweeted that the Jacksonville Jaguars are trading up to number 2.
Wow.
The Browns are trading the number 2 overall pick, a 4th round pick, and a 6th round pick to the Jags. The Jags are trading the number 5 overall pick, a 2nd round pick, number 36, and a 4th round pick, and their 2026 first round. Wow, that's a haul.
And don't worry, we'll get to Travis Hunter in a minute, but the move they even made to go up and get him, also giving up the significant amount of picks they had to do or give up in order to do so, really showed that they were serious about making some changes to this Jaguars team. I mean, in one move, the message was clear. This was not the same old Jacksonville Jaguars. Pulling off a trade after a pretty quiet offseason thanks to all the cap stuff they had to deal with was the exact moment it became okay to be excited with Jacksonville again.
Right.
Everybody was talking about Hunter all summer long, and all of that noise bought Liam Cohen some time to quietly go fix a problem that mattered way, way more.
Right.
So you never know exactly how it's going to go, but from the day I met Liam and the staff, I had a good feeling about what they're trying to build, what they're bringing in, the energy. It's been a lot of fun. The system's awesome. I've learned a lot. I've learned as much football as I've learned in my whole career the past year. It's been a lot of fun.
And
definitely, and that's usually all it takes. Is a lot of people don't want to admit it, but if you get a new head coach that fits the quarterback and also like that works with the quarterback, it's gonna do like so much wonders. That's why I don't understand why people be having rookie quarterbacks and get defensive minded head coaches. Why would you do that? Look at the Texans. Yeah, they got a great defense. The quarterback sucks. Look at the Bears and the Jaguars. We got offensive-minded head coach, and guess what? Our quarterbacks are doing really good. Now, I believe in C.J. Stroud. I feel like you can't really just, I don't know, bro. You can't win off defense alone, like especially not in this league. You need points. And C.J. Stroud's not that guy. You can get a new quarterback, but if you don't, you know what I'm saying? Raise him right, not to say there's a child, but just like, you know, groom him the right way so he can be what you need. It's not going to work.
Truth about Trevor Lawrence also. He's been pretty hyped up since his freshman year at Clemson. And if we're being real with each other too, he showed almost none of that in the league up until 2025. And sure, injuries didn't help and he got dropped into some pretty rough situations, thanks Urban Meyer. But being completely honest too, he looked well on his way to joining the rest of that 2021 class as a big letdown, or worst case, a bust. And here's really what made it so tricky. The front office had already paid him before his rough 2024 season, so Cohen didn't really get a choice in his quarterback. He had to make it work no matter what, and that's exactly what he did. Using everything he'd picked up over his career, Cohen built an offense that Lawrence could run instead of one he had to carry. And it brought out the best version of the guy for the whole league to see. With a great run game led by Travis Etienne, Lawrence finally was able to show off the talent everyone had been waiting on, picking teams apart downfield on the way to 38 total touchdowns, setting franchise records for total points and first downs along the way too. Like, think about that turnaround for a second, y'all. Cohen took Lawrence from a guy most people were waiting to watch fall on his face to a guy who ended the year as an MVP and Comeback Player of the Year finalist. One of the best quarterbacks in the entire NFL. That's not a small leap. That is a full-on comeback. And anyone who played him knew it too, especially in that ridiculous second half of the season where they looked genuinely unstoppable, averaging 32.8 points per game. That stretch alone got them tied for the NFL lead in games scoring 25 or more points. 13 out of their 17 games. And that is just a straight up offensive explosion, and one that should be near the top of every defensive coordinator's to-do list this offseason. But here's the thing too. This isn't just about Trevor Lawrence.
I think the roster's set up for him to have the right amount of success. The offense took off when Jacoby Myers came in. Lawrence played free and easy, spread the ball around. Pressure's off of Brian Thomas Jr. Parker Washington's still there. The top 3 receivers are very good. And then Hunter can do what we all expected him to do, which is play corner and sprinkle in at receiver.
For some reason, the entire league, and I genuinely mean this too, the entire league is just sleeping on the playmakers that Jacksonville has.
They do got
and
a lot of playmakers.
Truthfully, it is impossible to understand.
Honestly, you can't really sleep on their playmakers because their defense is loaded. Like, if you're not really paying attention, you don't know. You better play on Madden. Defense is stacked. Literally. The Jacksonville is damn near back in effect, okay? Then you got the offense, like you said, Parker Washington, Brian Thomas, Travis Hunter, the slot guy I forgot that came from Jacoby Myers. Come on now. Spreading the ball around. Still got Travis 18 and another quarterback, another running back in the stable. And Trevor Lawrence getting it done. I forgot the tight end solid too. I think they're a lock to win the NFC South because the Colts are going to take a step back this year. I feel like the Houston Texans are a 50-50 shot. It depends on how CJ Stroud plays, but I still don't have them at the top though. And then who else in that division? The Titans? Yeah, the Titans are I'm not really worried about the Titans. The Jaguars literally have their division locked up. This is their division to lose.